Be me, final year university student. Enrolled in mandatory gender and society course, thought it would be easy credits. First day of class. Professor announces gender conflict simulation project. Class splits into assigned feminist and men advocacy groups. No one allowed to switch sides. Feels weird already. Assigned to men advocacy group. Most guys confused but try to stay polite. Feminist group across room already debating loudly. Professor says this is intentional pressure design. We are told to argue real-world workplace scenarios. First topic is salary gap. Room immediately splits in tone. Discussion turns tense faster than expected. Feminist group presents statistics on inequality. Some classmates nod seriously. Some guys whisper disagreement but stay quiet. Professor observes without intervening. Feels like everyone is being studied. Our group responds with productivity arguments. We cite job type distribution. Feminist group calls it structural bias. Voices start overlapping. No one really listening anymore. One girl from feminist group stands up. Accuses scenario of normalizing male dominance. One guy laughs under breath. Professor marks something on clipboard. Tension rises, but exercise continues. Next scenario is promotion evaluation. We are told to assign candidates. Criteria left deliberately vague. Feminist group pushes equity-based selection. Our group pushes performance metrics. Debate becomes personal quickly. Someone says, "This is why change is needed." Someone else says, "This is unfair framing." Professor stops us mid-argument. Says we are already replicating real bias systems. Room goes quiet for first time. Feels uncomfortable rather than academic. Next task is role reversal exercise. We must argue opposite of our assigned position. Everyone reluctant at first. Then forced compliance begins. Guys from our group struggle to argue feminism points. Feminist group struggles to argue our points. Arguments sound forced and unnatural. Professor says this reveals cognitive rigidity. No one likes that comment? Break time arrives? Groups separate instantly. Small clusters form in corners. Whispers everywhere. Nobody neutral anymore. Hear one feminist student say men always dominate discourse. Hear one guy say system is already biased against men. Both sound convinced in their own worlds. No bridge forming between sides. Class resumes after break. New scenario is hiring interview simulation. Each group must reject candidates. Based on limited resumes only. Feminist group prioritizes diversity metrics. Our group prioritizes technical experience. Results differ drastically. Professor displays outcomes on screen. Data shows both groups excluded strong candidates. Class gets confused. Professor says bias works both directions. Room becomes defensive again. Argument escalates over interpretation. Some accuse experiment of manipulation. Others say it reflects reality, no consensus forming at all. One student from feminist group cries after heated exchange. Professor pauses but continues class. Emotional tension rises sharply. People start shutting down instead of speaking. Our group starts getting quieter. Some guys stop arguing altogether. Feminist group becomes more rigid in tone. Lines between groups feel deeper now. Next scenario is leadership selection. We must choose team leader. No gender information provided this time. Only profiles and behavior notes. Our group still debates using implicit assumptions. Feminist group does the same differently. Selection outcomes surprisingly similar. Professor highlights contradiction. Class becomes uneasy again. Someone mutters that experiment is pointless. Someone else says it proves hidden bias. Both sides take opposite conclusions. Truth feels unreachable in room. Late session scenario begins. Workplace conflict complaint simulation. Anonymous complaint letters are distributed. Some letters describe harassment concerns. Others describe false accusations, fear. Both sides read same documents differently. Room temperature feels colder. Feminist group reacts strongly to certain cases. Our group reacts strongly to others. Emotional reactions override logic discussions. Professor lets it unfold. Debate turns into overlapping personal stories. Students begin sharing real experiences. Tone shifts from academic to personal. Room no longer feels like classroom. Some guys admit feeling prejudged in workplaces. Some girls describe being dismissed in meetings. Silence grows after each story. No one interrupts anymore. Professor notes shared frustration patterns. Both groups look surprised at overlap. Brief moment of understanding appears, but quickly fades again. Final project phase begins. Groups are merged into mixed teams. Must design fair workplace policy together. No separation allowed anymore. Initial silence in mixed groups. People avoid eye contact. Old arguments resurface quietly. No one wants to lead. Slowly, task forces cooperation. Someone suggests neutral evaluation system. Someone else insists structural reform needed. Compromise attempts feel fragile. Small agreement achieved on basic rules. Everyone suspicious of wording. Every sentence debated intensely. Trust is extremely low. Professor walks around observing silence. No longer intervening in arguments. Students do all emotional labor now. Feels heavier than earlier sessions. One group finishes draft policy. Includes fairness, accountability, transparency clauses. Another group rejects it immediately, claims it still hides bias. Arguments restart, but less loud now. Fatigue replaces anger in tone. People just want to finish task. But disagreement remains. Some students start questioning the whole exercise. Others defend its necessity. Division becomes philosophical now. Not just gender-based anymore. Deadline approaches. Groups forced to submit final policy. Everyone agrees on something minimal. Because exhaustion overrides ideology. Final presentation day arrives. Each group presents policies. Audience listens quietly. No cheering or laughing anymore. Professor compares all submissions. Points out contradictions in every approach. Notes both sides tried fairness differently. Room feels hollow. Final reflection session begins. Students expected to speak openly. Most hesitate for a long time. Silence stretches uncomfortably. Some say they feel more confused than before. Some say they understand opposite sides slightly more. Some refuse to comment at all. Tension dissolves into tired acceptance. One student says system itself shapes perception. Another says lived experience shapes truth more. No one counters immediately. Professor just listens. Class ends, announcement given. No clear winners in simulation. Only recorded behavior patterns remain. Everyone dismissed quietly. Students leave room slowly. No group celebration anywhere. Feminist group members walk separately at first. Our group does the same. Hallway becomes mix of silent movement. No one continues arguments outside. Only occasional short exchanges happen. Voices feel softer now. Some students exchange brief acknowledgments. Others avoid each other completely. Nothing fully resolved emotionally. Everything just suspended. Be me walking out last. Thinking about everything said and unsaid, realizing both sides felt equally certain. And equally unheard, and of course still feels unfinished. Like discussion never truly closed, just paused in middle of conflict. No final answer left behind.